I started to, at a young age, to not believe it. I heard the stories like you did about various stories of religions and what they claim and everything. And I have Jews that I knew who were growing up, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're the chosen people." And I go, "The chosen people? Oh yeah, we're God's favorite." And then I had Catholic friends, and they had told me, "Well, only Catholics are saved. See, everybody else is going to hell." I said, "What? But how's that?" "Well, that's just in how it is. God's on our side." Now we hear Islam and Islamic extremists saying the same kind of crazy stuff, that, "Oh, if you're not Islamic, you're an infidel and you can be killed. If you talk bad or satirize or criticize the religion, you can be killed." That's a religion? That's a murder. That's murder. That ain't a religion. But they're all doing it. In the Hindu caste system, they all had this thing about how they're special. And it was because God, whichever one it was on their side. And right away you start thinking, "Oh, wait a minute. So God has preferences and whatnot?" And then there's things that are okay by God and some things that aren't okay by God, and this is what you're saying? Well, then that naturally goes to say, wait a minute, well then that's not the real God, is it? Because if God has some limitation, then it's not God. Everything, every mosquito, every fly, every cancer, every hurricane, every tornado, every has to be God. Nothing can be left out, or else it isn't God, right? And so if it gets that big, so we're in the giant cosmos, right? It's so big, it's just like we're finding out with the Hubble Space Telescope photos. Billions and billions of light years, billions and billions and billions of other whole galaxies. Each galaxy having billions and billions and billions and billions of suns like our sun. And it's everything. It's every emotion, every teardrop, every heartache, every, nothing left out. Every homosexual, every heterosexual, every woman, every man, every spider, every squirrel, every mountain lion, every tiger, every elephant. Everything has to be it to say it's complete, and therefore you can say the term God. But once God starts having some preferences and starts saying something's better than another, and you can't do this, you better do that, well then it's not God anymore. It's a small God. Maybe it's a small God. Maybe it's just, it's definitely not the complete God. Maybe it's just a small-minded God, or a small, lesser God, or something like that. But anyway they do it, it's made up. It's completely fabricated. It's a myth. Because there is no God. That's the quiet clarity of 21st century. There just plain never was God. It's all, a phantasm made up by ignorant people from 2,000 years ago who didn't know anything. They didn't know why there was floods. They thought it was, it's God's judgment. He's pissed. Jeez, something, gosh. Every volcano, well, it's a God. Oh, jeez, there's a God. Oh, jeez, yeah. Every tornado, every hurricane, then it has to be too. It's God. Oh, jeez, God's doing something. Oh, gosh, ooh. Because they didn't know anything. They didn't know anything about health care like we know today. These early, you can find the quotes of Christians saying that the fact that you're really sick is a blessing from God, because it shows that God is showing some preference to you. Really, I mean, it's crazy stuff. It's because they didn't know anything. Well, we know. We know. We're in the 21st century. We know. Everything that we have been through in our science, in our history, in our direct observation, study, analyzing, has been clarifying, and clarifying. To the point of, you could say, just a great, what would you even call it? Equanimity between all things. It's just a process. You know, here on this earth, you see the very straightforward things right here on this earth. You know, a cat, a dog, an elephant, a tiger, you know, birds. Just like you, they're born here, they live for some duration, and they die here. They drop their body. Just like you. They are aware of being alive, just like you. The only thing really is a different, of course, is, well, they got a different form, physicality. But the real awareness, well, it's the same as you. Humans have what? You can say to separate out, try and separate out. Well, you don't. You're born here, you live here, you die here, just like anybody else. So naturally, humans with this capacity here of thinking and analyzing and saying, are naturally going, well, what's the point then? What's the point of a tiger, an elephant, a cat, a dog, a bird, a human being then? We're just living for some duration and dying. We're in just a big evolutionary process. And at the end point, it ends up and we become like Mars. And we're just a ball in space. You know, for a while had all these activity on it, life forms. Or is there some purpose? Well, then, of course, you go and right away and you look, well, does a cat have a purpose? A dog have a purpose? An elephant have a purpose? That tiger have a purpose? No, birds have a purpose? Well, actually, no. But the caveat, you can make a decision. That's what all that it is. And it's how you're going to live the life you have. And you kind of analyze, see historical background, how things have been done and what kind of worked or whatnot. And you're seeing a whole historical thing, a dark age suffering and starvation, economic depravity. Folks, that's not a good model for overall behavior. So instead, you start here in the 21st century, say, we got to still have a choice. You can be, like Trump, a criminal, hurt people intentionally, brazenly affiliated with gangs like the Russian mafia who kill people in the economic system, or, the American mafia, same way. And this whole thing of like domination and profit at any price as your life role. And you know what you cause when you do that. You cause a lot of suffering. And you're clueless about anything but that life you have. So you're small-minded. Just look at Trump. He's just small-minded, petty, with a lot of money. Because you also can have another view. And that view is looking at it and saying, we all got to live here. We all need clean air and clean water. We all need healthy food. We all need some amount of health care in this duration of life. So actually, everything should be about us. Everything's about legislation, about government, about activity. Well, it should be about us first. You can see what the old economic system you've come out of is just nothing but poison and pollution and polluting the whole world. Just for that game of fraud, myth of profit. So, that doesn't work. And you can see quite clearly the other way. It's all about us. All of us. And in there, inherently, to say that, comes along equal rights. Equal rights. Men, women, homosexuals, heterosexuals. Doesn't matter what religion you are, because all your religions are secondary to the main issue of equal rights. Equal rights. It's got to benefit you. No business can go in and just pollute your water. No business can go in and just throw poisonous toxins up into your atmosphere, into your ocean, into your rivers. No, they're out of business. They try and do that stuff. Everything's about us first. So, it behooves us to try and live on this planet that we all have clean air to breathe for us and our families, for our kids. Clean air, clean water. So you can even go fishing again in rivers and lakes and swim in them. It'll benefit you. You're the first thing. And, of course, healthy food. You all need food. Healthy, natural, organic food. Businesses can't be pumping a lot of toxins and herbicide and pesticide residue into your food. You're the first thing, not their profit. And, the Republicans here, they tried to block legislation that would have more information, labeling information on your food about where it come from. Is there genetic engineered stuff in there or not? Is it organic or not? Republicans blocked that, fought against it. And they're being supported by the food industry. And the food industry and the Republicans said, oh, you can't have that labeling because, it's going to cost you. It's just going to make us, have to raise our prices. See the threat? Profit was more important than you. Profit was more important than your life, your family. That's that old system we got to let go of economics. You're the first thing. So, of course, healthy, natural, organic food. And a big one, all of us at some point need a certain amount of health care. It's going to happen. Comes with the territory. It's a pre-existing condition of being human. As you know, that from the insurance companies in America try to say that, you got a pre-existing condition. We just can't pay for your health care right there. Oh, jeez, gosh. How do they do that? Trying to cover you, and you have autism. You develop cancer. All sorts of stuff. They say, oh, we can't cover it. Why? Well, it hurts their profit. Those insurance companies. Well, that's the wrong focus, isn't it? They don't need an insurance company at all. We can get rid of all of them. They're needless middlemen kind of thing in there. They have no validity. And their system intentionally was to not really give you health care. It was really about making them profit. Well, in the 21st century, we throw that out and directly go to the fact that everybody needs some amount of health care. So that becomes the budget. All these things become the budget. The budget priority. Health care. National health care. We all pay into it, we all get it. Natural, healthy food. Clean air, clean water. With all the technology and whatnot that'll go along with every single one of those, and will be a new economy. new jobs that are all more based on environmental sanity. Benefit for us and going into the future. Everybody that's just holding us back are things that are from this dark age stuff. In religion, with their justifications for repression, segregation, repression of homosexuals, repression of women, all that stuff. By religion, that's foolish. It doesn't fit the 21st century reality. Got to let it go. Got to let those myths go. And you got to let the economic system go. It's poisoned and polluted you. It's proved what its game is. You got to change it. Big things. Big changes. But we can all handle it because we are in the internet age of global communication. So we can talk about it. We can all see it as a necessity. And then we start to direct legislation and government to that, which is more about cooperation. You got to cooperate for the food, for the health care, for the clean air, clean water. That's your priority. You cooperate, not compete, not try to dominate, not try and have a monopoly. Cooperation. Mutual benefit. But it's still an economy. It's in the 21st century. This is what's staring us in the face. The light that we already have. The evolution, wisdom that we've come to within us. We've dropped off the dark. We're in the light.